Ladies and gentlemen, Madame Monsieur, hello and welcome on the channel of Frame Blue. My name is Oliver, and what I'm going to present you today is the second part of the Wargame campaign I presented you earlier on. What you see today is Bentguru on NATO side versus WolfEater on Pact side. If you haven't seen the first part of this video, go over to my channel and watch it if you want to know what has happened so far. If not, feel free to stay and watch the second part. Game settings, it is 10,500 starting points, total destruction 40 minutes, and at the moment it's 980 to 730 for Bentguru, because he has rushed down WolfEater and driven him out of the middle. WolfEater has now set up defensively on the right bank of the river and is trying to play the harassing game. So now let's see how the game proceeds. The game has now gotten a bit more static, as was to be expected, which is very often happening in one-on-one after the first 10 to 15 minutes. We have still 20 minutes to go until this game will end. So let's see how this is going. Bentguru is now calling in one new command and one repaired command. I guess he wants to take Delta and Hotel to again get the economical advantage over WolfEater, which is at the moment holding 6 points as opposed to 0 for Bentguru, because he has been forced out of Hotel with the use of Malchus, which has very heavily damaged the Sultan, which now has been repaired to full health again. So Bentguru is now retaking Foxtrot and Delta and I guess Hotel. So what WolfEater has done is, to my opinion, very smart. He now owns 4 Malchus, so he owns 4 pieces of artillery, which is a very effective way of harassing him, especially if he's playing that defensively. That is just very good tool to force him out of position and force him into the attack, which will end badly for him, because WolfEater has set up quite good defensive positions in India and Juliet, but especially in India. What he will have to look out for is to not get his artillery destroyed by some kind of either rush or infiltrating infantry units, because those are quite unprotected in my opinion. So he's basically now shooting with everything he can see, which may not be a lot. Let's check the visibility of the enemies. Yeah, WolfEater basically sees nothing. Bentguru sees 1 tank away and 1 APC, but that's all. He has no sight on what's happening in India or Juliet. So I'm still very surprised that Bentguru is still not getting any kind of artillery. It should be king at the moment, in my opinion, because both of them are playing very, very defensively without any of them actually attacking. Now it seems like WolfEater is now trying to gather his forces a bit to retake parts of Hotel at least, because I don't think he will be able to take this fortress down that fast. But it would already be a success for him if he would be able to retake the right part of Hotel and then be able to harass on the command position. Another thing I would consider if I were WolfEater would be shelling this forest, just in order to harass him, so he may be forced to move out his command for just a few seconds maybe to repair, but at least force him out of the forest. And he's now doing that as is on command. Very, very good idea in my opinion, because all of the units in here are extremely squishy with, yeah, there is not a single armored unit in here, with the exception of maybe the command. So that's a very smart thing to do at the moment. in my opinion at least. And he's getting some points by that. WolfEater is really closing the gap. It's now only about 100 points of difference between Bentguru and WolfEater. So you see, playing defensively can often lead to your opponent gaining in points because he can shell you with artillery, and because infantry units are not priceless. I think a lot of people forget about that. Infantry is not for free. It still costs 5 or 10 points, in this case 7 points. It's a 5-point infantry, but it has two wet levels. But that's still some points. If you're able to kill all of them, that is still some points that may matter in the end. I really think Bentguru should get some artillery now. I'm really curious why he's not doing that, because he would be able to very nicely shell on those two positions over here and force him out of India for an economical advantage, or just shell a town or whatever of his forces he is seeing, but he's not doing that. So WolfEater is now trying a little very cautious advance into Hotel with shooting on those two recallers rifles. And now the Leopard 2A4 is coming in and is getting hit by an AGM. It already has lost 3 health points. With a bit of luck, he may be able to snipe that. No, it doesn't seem so. The Leopard is now it's not retreating. It's just going back a little tiny bit. Model reaches 1 incoming, but this may actually get destroyed. Only has two hit points left. And now there is marker fire incoming directly on the command. So this may be forced to get out of the zone very soon. But he has lost 2 hit points. This is going to be interesting now. Yeah, he's like 20 down. So he's slowly whittling him down with artillery, which is really the most sensible thing to do at the moment, and therefore gaining quite some points. It's now only 40 points of difference. Bentguru is really losing his advantage, which is unbelievable, considering that he has been at the advantage of 400 points at some point before in the game. He's getting uncautious, I think. Really uncautious. And I still think it's a large mistake to not have any artillery. He's now got 2 AMX RF1, so my critique is being unjustified right now. And this shelling this unit, which is really good idea, because he can pull off some more points by that and get his advantage back. So defense in Hotel has been severely weakened. The force is nearly empty now, except for some Riesland K20 and 10 chasseurs and 1 Leopard 2A4. So that command is far from being safe at all. So what we can see now is the typical artillery counter-artillery game, which is mainly denying WolfEater the use of his artillery. And that's good, that's very good for Bentguru, because the artillery can now kill less, and the artillery was the main killer in the last few minutes. WolfEater now owns 5 pieces of Malchus, if I see that correctly, but there's only 3, despite the HUD saying there's 4. Oh, the 4th one is over there. So he has 5 pieces of Malchus. That's quite artillery heavy. And I can tell you, it's very frustrating to play against a high number of tube artilleries, especially if you're playing defensively, which Bentguru is doing. Oh no, WolfEater now has taken the lead. That is unbelievable. How could this have happened? How? You see, defensive play is not the best thing. That is a problem with Rush. As soon as it has came to a hold, it can easily be defeated by artillery, because most of the players who play rushes and don't manage to pull off a total victory in the first 10 minutes often fortify themselves in some forest, and that is very, very unfortunate, because all of his units are very squishy except for a leopard, and therefore can easily be destroyed by an HE7 artillery piece, which the marker is. As I said, I think this is the best tube artillery in the game because of HE7. So that's really unbelievable. WolfEater has now been able to take the advantage over Bentguru by only 20 points at the moment, so this is still a head-on-head. And I think Bentguru has now is now being forced to really take the initiative and do something and get a bit more offensive, because this kind of play won't grant him any kills, especially with the low amount of AGMs he has. He only has 2 ITAU tubes, which are not in the best position to actually do something against WolfEater's army. So it's now 10 points of difference between WolfEater and Bentguru, WolfEater still being in the lead. With Line 20 heavily damaged, fleeing out of the forest. I'm really not sure where Bentguru wants to go with this. This kind of offensive play won't get him anywhere. She's now being pushed out of Hotel even further by this concourse, and this really seems like a very dire attempt to retake the south with 2 lonely recallers rifles against quite a lot of infantry and 1 conqueror's jeep. The only thing that can really get very dangerous now is the Leopard 2 and 4. So it's still 10 points of advantage for WolfEater, but now the Leopard 2 and 4 is incoming and is shooting on stuff, and the AMX RF1 fires incoming. He actually owns 6 AMX RF1, while now WolfEater also has 6 Malkas. That gets a very artillery heavy game, which often happens in situations like this, where one guy rushes and gets put to a halt. So Bentguru has now taken back the advantage. He's now on the lead by 40 points, 1,170 to 1,130 right now. That is a head-on-head race. Here, always pay attention to the point counter on the right side. Pact has managed to make another 10 points or something like that. Marder reaches 1 driving right into the shelter and into the 262 M1. So WolfEater is now getting points again. He's now getting points again. It's only 6 points of difference now. 6 points of difference, and this Marder reaches 1 might very well go down very soon if he gets hit by this T62 M1. Yeah, that was a hit to my opinion, but this is Wargame, so well, yeah. That might not get recognized. But that wasn't. No, it seems like it was. 4 health points left. Still being shot at. But what has happened? WolfEater has gotten 200 points from somewhere. Why did Oh, that is mean. WP have budget 3 pieces of AUF-1s. That is very, very good. That was an excellent move. He has destroyed 3 pieces of AUF-1s, which is doing 2 things: giving him a ludicrous amount of points It's now 1,500 to 1,170. And weakening his opponent's artillery support, which is very important in this game. And what Bentguru is now doing seems very dire to me. He's calling in a heavy hawk spam. Yes, I would call it a spam. It's 8-10 helicopters. That is a lot. He seems to be flying right into India, where there is no anti-air. There is no anti-air in India. WolfEater seems to have forgotten about anti-air and setting up his defenses. The only anti-air is a Shilka, which is way away from the action. So, oh, that is not looking good. Because the rifle being battered down. Everything being battered down. Oh my goodness, that was a huge mistake to not take any anti-air into India. Now even in the Apache is incoming, cutting off the BODM to use way out of the sector by camping the streets. So everything should be down very soon. So Bentguru is now getting some points. The command is being attacked, and the command is down, which is 2,000 to 1,770 for WolfEater now, which is 220 points of advantage now. Now it's 200 points of advantage. Bentguru is catching up. He is destroying further units here with this helicopter spam, and there is still no anti-air to be seen anywhere soon. Apache is going in on the Melkas and on the BODM. He can fire his Hellfires on the move, so he might actually get them. Firing on the command. It's being stunned now. Not hitting with the Hellfires. That is heresy. He has also charged in some infantry in Spartans, but those are going whittled down. He's now going after the markers as he can get the command. One marker down. It's now 10 points of difference between the two of them. And he's going after another marker, again missing with a Hellfire missile. That is extremely bad luck. Shilka incoming now. He has got a Tunguska. That's about time. Why didn't you have any anti-air, WolfEater? Why? So he's now getting to the Heavy Hawks. Retaking some points, now being in the lead by 100 points. That is really an amazing match. And the markers get whittled down, so Bentguru is in the lead again by 100 points now. But Tunguska is now taking care of the Hawks. So we again have a head-on-head match with 2,349 to 2,320 points for WolfEater. Now it's only 1 point of difference. 1 point of difference. No, 101. I'm sorry. That is my fault. 101 point of difference right now. Only 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. So Bentguru might turn this around again. Not taking any anti-air. That was a horrible move by WolfEater here. Being pushed out of both his high value sectors, he has lost a lot of his income. On the other hand, Bentguru has lost a lot of his artillery, and he's calling in more Cobras. The hello spam is ongoing. I don't know where he wants to go with that now, because I'm pretty sure WolfEater has learned his lesson from this and will get some anti-air now. Though it doesn't seem like it. He still only has got one Tunguska, which is out of missiles actually. We said you are being totally whittled down by the Cobras. I think he wanted to go after the command, but that horribly failed. Giving another like 30 points, if I'm not mistaken, to Bentguru. The Cobras now seem to be going after Shilka over there. Not 100% sure if this is a good idea, but it seems to be, because they have longer range. So now it's an 11 point advantage for Bentguru and only 45 seconds to go. 11 points. WolfEater has to pull off some 7 points from somewhere, but I think that Bentguru is doing now is just retreating all of his forces. I think that's the most sensible thing he should do now, and just hope that WolfEater won't be fast enough to get any of his forces down, which will be the case. 15 seconds now. 10. This is 1 for Bentguru. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was a good match, gentlemen. That was an awesome match. That was really awesome. I'm still stunned by this comeback from WolfEater, which has done being put down by one simple mistake, which was taking 2 less anti-air. This was quite a cheesy win by Bentguru. Just this helicopter spam was not something I approve of, but this has worked very well, and it was a huge mistake by WolfEater not to take any anti-air on white zones, which I can't repeat often enough, because his reset reaction against the AMX AUF ones was actually one of the nicest things in the whole game. Very well executed, very well thought out, but this anti-air problem has really well meant the difference between defeat and victory for him. So in game this is at war, but in the Wargame Cup rules this is a win for Bentguru. Thank you very much for watching this amazing match between WolfEater and Bentguru. I will also cast a final of this tournament, as will probably every other Wargame YouTuber on the world, but nevertheless I will do that. So I hope you enjoyed the cast. If you did, please feel free to like or vote, subscribe, and most of all comment. Comments mean a lot to me, so I'd really appreciate if you could comment on this match. Thank you very much for watching. We are never blue.